Okay. Okay, class. This is the topic for today: road safety audit. So we go to the definition. Road safety audit is the formal examination on these stages, starting from planning, design, construction, and during operation of the road. So it involves new road project or existing project. Okay, nowadays they make it regulation to have independent party that will audit or examine memeriksa jalan tu dari sudut safety, uh, not only during construction, even after finish construction. That's mean during operation of the road, they also can assign this independent party, orang yang bebas, bukan terikat dengan konsultan ataupun klien yang akan audit jalan tu. Can you hear my voice, class?
Doctor.
Boleh, Doktor.
Yes, Doctor. We can hear
Okay,
you.
okay. Good. So this independent party is will check what the consultant have provided to client. Consultants sometimes they are still new, or they're sometimes lacking of expertise in some area. Okay, because road construction, road layout involve many things, including the signages, the color of uh, the signages, the layout, okay, the size of the width of the lanes, many things. So we need independent party that can audit the work of the consultant. Okay, this is the goals. Of course, we want the highest practical standards based on what standards that we have. Okay, in one road construction, not only one standard, road geometry standard, for example, they also have many other standards, including uh, the line, the signage standard. If you have schools, they have school standards for dropping off and also picking up school children. They also have the standards special for that. So many standards. So this is one of the goal of RSA to achieve or to meet all these practical standards. Okay. By how? By identify the potential safety hazard on new projects, on existing roads, and then provide the mitigation measures. Okay, langkah kawalan to reduce the hazard. So by this way, they reduce the life cost to community. Okay, the accident cost is too high, then community need to that. Okay, but nothing can match the loss of life, including the loved one. Nothing can pay for that. So it's important. Everyone will using roads, so we want the roads as safe as possible. Okay, that's the goal of RSA, and why we need, of course, to identify, eliminate, and of potential or future or existing unsafe features, unsafe operations, and provide cost benefit system. So when we identify the unsafe features, unsafe operations, we come up with mitigation action. We come up with the langkah kawalan. And some of the langkah kawalan have more than one options. And they also need to provide the cost benefit of each options. Okay. And by do the RSA, we take the proactive approach, which is the prevention. It's better than cure. Instead of waiting for the accident to happen, we prevent it from happening. That's the good thing about RSA. Yeah? It's proactive, not reactive. So we do it right for the first time and easier to change while on the drawing book. While still in the planning stage or in the design stage, it's easier for you to change. Okay, as compared to you already have constructed on the road. Not easy to change. Okay.
Doktor, Doktor,
Yeah.
sorry for
Yeah.
sorry for disturb. Ada orang nak join tapi.
Dan saya tak dengar pula yang signal to join. Okay, welcome for you, both of you. So we already in slide 6. Okay, this one you can read by yourself. Avoid outdated standard and identify hazards. Okay, the concept is proactive and accident prevention and reduction approach. Avoid costly payouts, insurance ataupun apalah payouts to the victims of the road accident if that's happened. And if the accident happened because of the poor design of layout, maybe the authorities need to pay the compensation to the road victims. Thus, the legal system should embrace such concept. Okay, they must involve independent examiners, and also must be qualified lah. Qualified examiners where the person have professional engineer. Any drawing or any report must be certified by this guy. They have IR. In Malaysia, we call it IR, professional engineer. And for this time, they call it professional engineer with competence certificate, PEPC. Professional engineer with practicing certificate. Okay. And experience in analysis and diagnosis of accidents. Okay. And have design experience before they can be appointed as RSA. They must have the design experience and also have related experience in analysis and diagnosis of accidents. And they also involve group of checker, not only one, but under him, under the PE, have many other checker, and the names of the checker must be submitted to the road authority. Point. So, in summary, you have the client. The client usually the road authorities lah. For example, JKR lah. In Malaysia, the main road authorities is JKR or Public Work Department. Then you have consultant. Consultant that will come up with design, and usually in the design process also, the meeting also always involve surveyor. And the last one involved, this one, the RSA consultant. Okay, RSA consultant. And in meeting, they're always meeting between this among this party, these people. And sometimes when they involve with land acquisition and so on, they involve also the pejabat daerah, district office, and also uh, pejabat asset management office. Asset apa? And the full name I forgot, but they also involved this one, and also road authorities, the authorities of the Majlis, and also 10B, that if the utilities involve the pipeline ataupun 10B ataupun Maxis line, so they also invite in the meeting with these people. Okay, this is the skill and experience that the auditors must have. And the auditors, whether individual with the criteria or the audit team, sometimes one person cannot meet all the criteria, so at least they have a team that composed of each stages, each criteria. So they also have more pairs of eyes. Not only one person will check, but many other person, and they have a principal auditor or RSA manager, and the principal usually with the IR lah, with the professional certificate, and this guy will answer the question in the meeting. Okay, will be the spokesperson in the meeting. So the new engineers just sit beside him and will help him to answer. Okay, independent auditors must have credibility, fresh eyes. Okay, this one here. Yes. Okay, this is the 5 stages of RSA. Peringkat RSA depends on the level of the project. Okay, for stage 1 is during the planning. Okay, even before the design started. Okay, during the planning. Okay, before the contractor get involved. So this stage 1, very very conceptual, very not. And the second one is the design, conceptual design, or the surface design of the roads. This one involve like layout and so on. We will see this later on. And then detail design is the dimension of the lanes, for example, and also vertical, horizontal curve. They will check. They finish the design before opening the road. Okay, you construct the road finished already, and before the opening of the road, the RSA also will be appointed to check, like the final check before the road is open. Okay, final check the road signages, the street lighting, the side distance, whether there is a tree yang boleh obstruct the side distance. Then they need to check physically on the side. For this one, not physically, but on the design, check the drawing. But this one, check physical. Then from time to time, they must check. Maybe the same RSA or other RSA will be appointed to check the existing road. The road is operation or in operational already, so they will be invited to check the road signages, the trees. Maybe some people put the like papai ikan besar-besar, so maybe obstructing the side distance. So need to check that. Okay, this is the criteria of stage 1. You can see that the concept, the earliest recognized stage, and it's more like the concept, the route option, the route options, whether want to cross apa land plot mana, and network safety, interchange type, whether want to put the roundabout or the signalized intersection, access control, what road can be joined to the road, to the design road, and the plan for the vulnerable road users like cyclists or pedestrian or the motorcyclists. What the plan for this? Uh, okay, stage 2 is more detailed design for the design. Uh, for this one, it already involved the cross-section element of the road. How many lanes that will get involved in one direction, for example. Okay, maybe 2 lanes or maybe 3 lanes. This is they decide in the preliminary design. And traffic control options, okay, whether you want to put the interchange or you want to put the just the signalized intersection, yeah, and geometry standard that they want to use for this route. So they decide this road is near the factory area, so many like heavy vehicles, heavy goods vehicles, kenderaan berat akan lalu. So maybe we need a better road design standard. Okay, if you still remember in highway engineering, they have R1, R2, R3, sampai R6. This is for rural area road design. Then for urban, they have U1 until U6 for rural. So they choose which standards will be used for this one. And the last one is right of way, the uh, ROW of the road. How much the size of the land that they want to acquire for this road. Betul? Result jalan yang result jalan yang diperlukan for this road. Okay, stage 3, a more detailed apa tu audit. This involve the detailed design of the drawing. Okay, the detailed design is like this one. This is the drawing of detailed design. It's not like this one. It's just conceptual. This is the detailed design. So for this one, the auditor must check all of these lists, including the street furniture, like the transverse bar. They also need to check whether the location is suitable or not. Okay, then before the opening of the road, finish construction, so need to do the site inspection physically on road during the day and operation of the road. You identify the safety problems that happen during the operation of the road. Okay, for the existing road, you need to have the accident data you can get from the nearby police station. Okay, and this is different from black spot study. Black spot is location that always happen the accident. That's they call it black spot. If I'm not mistaken, at least 3 times per year fatal accidents. When they have 3 times fatal accidents on that particular location, they call it black spot for that road. Okay, but for road safety audit, it's not the black. Uh, it's not necessary accident happen then you conduct. Even you conduct before black spot happen, before accident happen. So it's proactive. So you can identify and correct the hazard before it becomes accident. Before it's become too late. So the steps for RSA. Okay. This is a simple quiz. You can check your understanding by try to answer this later on. Okay, this is an important one. Stage 5, audit of existing road. What to audit during the existing road? After complete all the design process, the road already under operation. What you need to audit? These all elements: the vertical, horizontal alignments, the cross section, the intersection, the interchange and expressway, traffic signal installation, street lighting, traffic signing, okay, and all of this, roadside safety, general traffic management items. Okay, the first element is vertical horizontal alignment. You need to check whether the alignment meet the standard. Okay, for horizontal alignment, they have depends on the speed, the design speed. They have the radius. I don't know what happened. This sketch pack. Seems like there is a problem. You need to check the radius of the horizontal and also vertical. Vertical also have radius. So it depends on the design speed. Design speed pula depends pada road standard, R4 ke R5 ke. So from this, you decide this, you have the design speed, maybe 70 km per hour for R4. Okay, for 70, they have minimum radius, cannot be too small. Kalau radius small, very sharp curve, not suitable for 70 km per hour. So must be bigger radius. So they have minimum radius. So need to check that. And also check for the side distance. Okay, the second element is cross section checking. It must be consistent cross section. You cannot have one section kecil and suddenly at different location tiba-tiba besar then kecil balik. Must be consistent. Need to check for that. And correct type of curb, provision of footpath, paved shoulder. Okay, and check also for the access control. Okay, this example code section here is good. Okay, the problem with this location is the absence of footpath. Okay, maybe the ideal road must have footpath, because this is maybe pedestrian area. Many people will walk on this road. Okay, so ideally you provide footpath for the people, so they will not walking on the pavement. Okay, like this one, the intersection audit. Intersection layout which may look okay in a plan view. Okay, plan view maybe looks okay, but can be confusing when viewed from driver eyesight. When the driver eyesight is quite confusing, so need to rectify this so it become less confusing. Road signages must be clear, must be can guide the driver, so it's not confused, become confusing. Intersection, need to check the side distance of the intersections, and then the layout of the intersection. Many problems, many criteria that need to be checked for intersections. Cater safely for all road users, not only for car. Intersection must be safe also for motorcyclists, maybe cyclists or pedestrian, and also the heavy goods vehicles. Kenderaan berat pun mesti safe crossing the intersections. And check for the auxiliary lane, whether they provide. The ideal intersection have auxiliary lane, lane yang untuk you slow down and lane for you to speed up, auxiliary lane. In industry they call it ACDC lane, acceleration lane or deceleration lane. Okay. Any discontinuity of through lane, lane yang close, check if the discontinuity of through lane. And occurrence of straight lane. Okay, straight lane. Sometimes this is two-lane road. Okay, some road designers suddenly they they don't build the deceleration lane ataupun apa tu storage lane, lane tengah to turn right, but they put this one, the right lane as the lane for turn right. Okay, so for those who want to turn right, they need to stop at the signal line. They need to stop at here. So this become like straight lane. People want to go straight, but need to stop because some vehicles want to turn right, and the road designer they don't provide the auxiliary lane for this one, but they use the right lane as the turn right lane. So become this one become the straight lane. And where single type layout are used. Okay, later on we see the single type layout. Operational at roundabout and channelization island is too small. Okay, if too small, it's become difficult for the kenderaan berat, heavy goods vehicles. Okay, this example of existing problem at the existing road. Inadequate side distance to nose exit. Side distance. There is trimming. Okay, the like a trees need to cut the trees. Okay, so will improve the view of the drivers. Vehicles queuing back on the expressway reduce the capacity and increase the risk of rear end. Okay, one of also problems expressway, the queue. So the capacity of road become less because one of the lane need to provide for the queue, need to cater the queue, and this will increase pelanggaran belakang rear end ataupun side swipe, pelanggaran CC or any other collision. Okay. Okay, this is the regarding expressway and interchanges. Yeah, must be appropriate located, and the space, the space between interchange must be suitable and suitable. Problem associated with incompatibility must be separated at grade. That's the best. And need to check whether the interchange. Usually for expressway, they already provide the separated at grade. That means ada flyover for exit. And the ramp is appropriate and follow the standard. And the auxiliary lanes have the taper, because usually for high speed must have taper, benda yang dia smoothkan if you want to letakkan macam ni, dia tak ada taper. Traffic signal installation must follow the warrant, like we discussed before in previous classes. They have the warrant for the traffic signal, and location, provision, spacing of the traffic between two traffic signal have spacing also must be suitable, and operating effectively, efficiently, inadequate signal hardware. Okay, not only the traffic signal must have come with set ada traffic signages yang akan guide drivers before they encounter the traffic signals. Okay. This is the problem with traffic signal. Seems like the location is not suitable. They put here for this traffic signal. The traffic signal here lack visibility. Okay, like this one, it's hard to see the traffic signal. Okay, and some of them hidden by traffic sign. Okay, must be careful. Traffic sign not hiding the traffic signal. And some of them very near to the curb, become dangerous to the motorcyclists. Motorcyclists sometimes they park here. Okay, kita sangkut kat sini ya. And street lighting. Okay, you can see the street lighting must be checked also lah. This is criteria for the street lighting. And traffic signing, traffic signal must be checked. Suitable traffic signal for the road. Okay, the location and spacing so need to be checked. Cannot just simply put any traffic signal for that particular location, and cannot be also too many. It will be confusing to the road users. And must be clearly visible, and the information must be legit and cannot contain too many information. And type of signpost must be follow the standards. They also have standard for the material for the signpost, and also the plate of the traffic signal, traffic sign, and the clearance of the traffic sign, the height must be follow the standard. And this is the problem regarding the traffic signal double diamond design at the island nose. hide approaching vehicles. Okay, it will block the view of approaching vehicles, so must be careful at a critical point for drivers waiting to enter the intersection. So maybe need to be shift a little bit pada dalam sikit. Traffic sign with too much legend create potential hazard. Okay, so too much information also not so good. People have tendency to read and become less focused on driving. This pavement marking, uh, yang marking on the road, on the road surface. Okay, the positioning of stop sign, the yellow bar, justify, and effectiveness of road marking during night and wet condition also need to check. So nowadays road marking also they put the uh, apa reflective material that can reflect the light during night time. The sharp curve at the end of long straight in rural area takes driver by surprise and quickly become accident. So if the very long straight line and suddenly there is a curve, sharp curve, it become hazard to the drivers. You need to check road layout. You need to plan and maybe you need to put enough warning sign that there will a sharp curve in front of you. Uh, so this is the problem with inadequate pavement marking, which is leads to poor lane discipline. Okay, people just all by themselves, just drive anyway that they like. So because there is a less of pavement marking, less visible pavement marking. So poor lane discipline and erratic traffic behavior. And road marking must be logic and suitable, mesti sesuai, appropriate for the particular road. Kalau tak sesuai, motorist lose, motorist will ignore, and motorist the pavement marking will lose their credibility, and motorists will ignore and increase accident risk. And this is regarding the roadside safety and landscaping. Okay, clear zone width, mesti ada buffer area. Macam di jalan, ada buffer area. Depends on the standard of the road. We must have the safe buffer area before any like uh, uh, any construction dekat sini. Fix roadside object within the CZW, clear zone width, provision of guardrail, degree of hazard, large trees, boulder. Okay, need to check if there is a hazard. So this example of the CZW, clear zone width. So you can put your signages along the clear zone width, and never allow any construction nearby on this clear zone. Yep. Okay, this is drainage structure. Has the road and the poles located too near to the nose and nose. You need to shift minimum 5 meter. So this in general traffic management items that you need to check. Okay, I think this is the last element in the road safety audit. Road safety audit stage 5. Okay, for the high speed, okay, the access here less control, so become hazard for the high speed road. Okay, so need to control this. It's become like no control at all, so become dangerous. And for this one, no sign, okay, special attention to traffic information, sign, road marking, street lighting, the station layout, signal design, parking control, pedestrian facilities, okay, sign, touch code, you need to report in your audit report. Okay, let's take a look of some case study for the Federal Route 1 from Kajang to Kajang Police Station. Okay, this is they summarize the deficiency, road safety deficiency for that particular location. Okay, this is how they comment it. Street lights and traffic sign posts all mounted very close to the road edge, like this one. Terlalu rapat dengan road edge, very dangerous for motorcyclists. And street light condition also the too close to the road edge. And the seagull type treatment involve a trade lanes for right turners. Okay, like this one, this is jalan, jalan dua lane, and then lane kanan tu suddenly becomes the deceleration lane ataupun waiting lane for the right turn. So right, lane kanan jadi track lane. So people from high speed need to stop and then need to change the lane if they want to go through, pass through this intersection. Okay, so dangerous. Okay, complex traffic movement. Apa tu? To the old highway carriageway on the northeast side of the junction. Ini gambar lama. It happens sometimes like this one. So people will get confused. No lane, people maybe termasuk kat sini pula. Okay. Lack of channelization on the side, road and visibility of the highway. Okay, you can see that line marking pun tak ada. So people will taken by surprise. What apa yang ada kat belakang? Okay. Signal post located too close to median. Signal post. Okay, the signal post narrow median have been knocked down. Telah dilanggar. Dia terlalu dekat and telah dilanggar, have been knocked down. Large concrete buttress. Ada tiba-tiba large concrete buttress in the median. Traffic sign pole in bad condition. People cannot see what information at the traffic sign poles. Okay, this is the second location, high school entrance junction. Same Federal Road 1, but this one at kilometer 357.9. Okay, trip lane again. Okay, dia double lane, then suddenly have to stop here pada kereta yang nak masuk kanan. So kereta yang belakang paksa ubah lane. So this track lane. Kalau kereta banyak sini, so lama you kena tunggu nak masuk kiri. Okay, two petrol station Shell and Petronas located on short service road just south and opposite of the high school. Located on short service road. They are the service road. Two petrol station on the short service road just south. short service roads. Not sure what the problem with this short service road. Okay, I will check with my colleagues what's the problem with the short service road. And poor visibility for right turners. Okay, poor visibility and inadequate pedestrian facility at Jalan Timur Junction. Okay, there is no uh, apa, zebra crossing and so on. Okay, dangerous, unprotected child pedestrian at Jalan Timur Junction. Okay, class. Any question about road safety audit? Yeah, I think that's all for today. Uh, for those who haven't yet to scan your attendance, please scan now before we end our class. Boleh scan sekarang ya. So class, this is our last official meeting lah. Next week is your study week, and please check when will be your exam for this paper. And I extend the submission date of your program report, KidSafe program report, and I put it on Sunday, this Sunday, as your deadline. Okay. And also, I need to know if there is any group members that did not attend the program, because I will produce the facilitator certificate. So I don't want to give to those who didn't attend. Just those who attend, I want to give. So please let me know.
Doctor, final exam got any tips, doctor? Any hint?
Saya tak check lagi ya. Saya tak check lagi final exam. I'll give just a brief tips lah, not detailed tips. Nanti saya check, nanti saya just bagi je lah.
Okay, doctor. Thank you
Tapi
very
tak
much.
detail lah. But it will cover all the chapter. Okay? It will cover all the chapter. Okay. Report for the feedback, you can use the Excel file as your feedback punya report. Okay, class, I will call your name lah, one by one. So, kita cepat sikit habis ya. Abdullah Naimi, ada ke? Alif Izzuddin. Azhad Haziq. Brian.
Dr. Azhar Haji tadi dia ada. Dia left tadi.
Brian ada? Chan Kaylee. Chia Zain Hui. Chen Yilong. Chong Zin Kai. Chao Jo-on. Izami. Izani Faizi. Kang Ju Chen, Kavilesh, Kevin Reddy, Ko Moon Kit, Lau Jianping, Len Chun Li. Oh, tak ada kan? It's okay lah. Yang lain-lain ada ke? Dalam list ni?
Doktor,
Dalam list
Chung Sin Kai ada tadi dia terlep.
Okay.
Thank you, Doktor.
Okay. Ya.
Doktor Natra Hanim.
Natra. Okay.
Doktor Lim Joyi dia like ada problem.
Jadi siapa? Lim
Doktor
Joyi.
Chan Kelly pun ada. Dia
Chan.
internet ada problem. Chan Kelly.
Chan Kelly, ya.
Chan. Okay.
Thank you, Doktor.
Okay. Lain ada yang dalam list ni, yang merah ni?